Hello everyone, this is Mohan Kumar. Today I shall be speaking about mitochondria, its ultrastructure and function. As we see in this picture, mitochondria are oxygen consuming ribbon shaped cellular organelles which float freely throughout the cell. They are known as the powerhouse of the cell since these organelles supply all the necessary biological energy to the cell by oxidizing the substrates available. The enzymatic oxidation of chemical compounds in the mitochondria releases energy. Since mitochondria acts as a powerhouse, they are abundantly found on those sites where energy is earnestly required, such as sperm tail, muscle cell, liver cell, brain cells, microvilli, oocytes, so on and so forth. Typically, there are about 2000 mitochondria per cell, representing around 25% of the cell volume itself. In 1890, mitochondria was first described by Richard Altman, which he called them as bioblast. Whereas in 1897, Benda he coined the term mitochondria. So, if you see this picture here, you see mitochondria are mobile. They are plastic organelles that have a double membrane structure and it ranges around 0.5 to 1 micrometer in diameter. It has four distinct domains: the outer membrane, inner membrane, intermembrane space, and the matrix. So we will look into each of this. Now, mitochondria is enclosed by two membranes, a smooth outer membrane and a markedly folded tubular inner membrane, which has a large surface and encloses the matrix space. The intermembrane space is located between the inner and outer mitochondrial membranes. The number and shape of the mitochondria as well as the number of cristae they have can differ widely from cell type to cell type. So tissues with intensive oxidative metabolism, example like heart muscle, can have mitochondria with particularly large number of cristae. Even within one type of tissue, the shape of the mitochondria can vary depending on their functional status. So both mitochondrial membranes are very rich in proteins. Specifically, the inner mitochondrial membrane is very rich in proteins. Almost around 75 plus percentage of the inner mitochondrial membrane is made up of proteins. So the outer mitochondrial membrane resembles more to the plasma membrane in structure and chemical composition, and there are some channels like porins in the outer membrane that allow small molecules like calcium to be exchanged between the cytoplasm and intermembrane space, whereas the intermembrane inner mitochondrial membrane is rich in many enzymes, as you can see in this picture. Enzymes, coenzymes, and other compounds of electron transport chain are clustered or studded on the inner mitochondrial membrane. It also contains proton pumps and many permease proteins for the transport of various molecules such as citrate, ADP, phosphate, and ATP. The inner mitochondrial membrane gives out finger-like outgrowths, as you can see in this picture. These are called cristae, and the outgrowths are formed towards the lumen of the mitochondria and contains tennis racket shaped F1 particles that contain ATPase enzyme for ATP synthase. So in this picture it is not shown, but so tennis racket shaped F1 particles are quite obviously seen under electron microscope. The inner mitochondrial membrane is completely permeable even to small molecules with the exception of oxygen, carbon dioxide and water. As numerous transporters in the inner mitochondrial membrane ensure the import and export of important metabolites. Now coming to the intermembrane space, the space between inner membrane and outer membrane. So of the mitochondria, it has the same composition as that of the cell cytoplasm. There is a difference in the protein content in the intermembrane space. So the matrix, mitochondrial matrix, which is the liquid or the colloidal area encircled by the inner mitochondrial membrane, contains soluble enzymes of the Krebs cycle, which we know, which completely oxidize the acetyl-CoA to produce carbon dioxide, water and hydrogen ions. The hydrogen ions reduce the molecules of NAD and FAD, both of which pass on hydrogen ions to respiratory or electron transport chain, where oxidative phosphorylation takes place to generate ATP molecules. That is electron transport chain and oxidative phosphorylation. The mitochondria also contain in their matrix single or double circular and double stranded DNA molecules called mitochondrial DNA, and also 55S ribosomes are called as mitoribosomes are also present. Since mitochondria can synthesize 10% of the proteins in their own protein synthetic machinery, they are considered as semi-autonomous organelles. So this is about the structure of mitochondria. Now we are looking to the functions of mitochondria, and since they are called power of the cells, they obviously would play a important role in production of ATP, which is the most important, paramount importance to the cell. The simpler molecules of nutrition are sent to the mitochondria to be processed and to produce charged molecules. These charged molecules combine with oxygen and produce ATP molecules. Well, this is the process which is known as oxidative phosphorylation. Mitochondria may also produce heat from brown fat and accumulate iron-containing pigments like heme, ferritin, ions of calcium and phosphate. And mitochondria help the cells to maintain proper concentration of calcium ions, that is calcium homeostasis within the cell. So mitochondria also help in building certain parts of the blood and hormones like testosterone and estrogen. They also play a role in innate immunity, and they play an important role in programmed cell death by releasing cytochrome C. The regulation of cytochrome C plays a huge role in programmed cell death, which is a key factor triggering the casapaces in the cell, asking the cell to package themselves and commit suicide. And the liver cells mitochondria have enzymes that detoxify ammonia as well. Mitochondria play an important role in the process of apoptosis or programmed cell death, as I said just now, and the abnormal death of cells due to dysfunction of mitochondria can affect the function of organ as well. So it is tightly regulated process, and mitochondria will also play a huge role in stem cell regulation. So this is it. Thank you very much. Any doubts or query required, you can reach me on my personal WhatsApp number, or you can leave a comment in the comment box in YouTube itself. Thank you very much.